Hello, in this video we're going to look at the concept of percent. In business and economics, many variables are expressed as a percent. Interest rates, wage growth, hourly wages, for example, may have increased 2.5% over the last 12 months. Changes in firms' revenue might have fell by 10% this year or increased by 10%. The inflation rate is currently running 1.8%. On average, prices are 1.8% higher this year. Economic growth, quoted in percentage terms, real GDP increased 3.3% at an annual rate last quarter. So percent is commonly used in many business and economic applications. So what is percent? It simply means parts per hundred. The percent symbol means per hundred. So 7% is 7 parts per hundred, and that just simplifies in a decimal as 0.07. 25%, 25 parts per hundred is 0.25. 55.2% is 0.552. And 100% is 1. 180%, 180 parts per 100 equals 1.8. Let's do some examples. Calculate 10% of 15. So 10 parts per 100 times 15, or what's 10 divided by 100? Just 0.1. So 0.1 times 15 is 1.5. So 10% of 15 is 1.5. Calculate 3% of 670. So 3 parts per 100. 0.03 times 670 is 20.1. Calculate 225% of 90. So 225 parts per 100 times 90, which simplifies to 2.25 times 90, or 202.5. 202.5 represents 225% of 90. Let's do some applications. This year, real GDP is 13,400. If the economy grows next year by 4.5%, what will be the value of real GDP? So we're going to use this formula. Next year's real GDP equals 1 plus the growth rate times basically this year's real GDP, 13,400. Going to plug in for the growth rate, 4.5, okay, or 0.045. Going to add up what's in parentheses, multiply that by 13,400. Real GDP will increase to $14,003. Another example, Betty's salary is $60,000. If her salary increases by $15,000, what is her new salary? So Betty's salary will equal 1 plus the wage growth rate times $60,000, her current salary. Wage growth rate is 15%, or 15 parts per 100, which is 0.15. Adding up what's in parentheses, 1.15 times 60,000, her new salary will be $69,000. Another example, there are 200 coffee producers. If the number of coffee producers increases by 150%, how many coffee producers now serve the market? So the number of coffee producers is going to equal 1 plus the growth rate in the number of coffee producers times 200, the amount of coffee producers now. So plugging in 150% is going to be 150 parts per 100. And that's going to be 1 plus 1.5 or 2.5. There will be 500 coffee producers now serving. Another example, there are 200 coffee producers in the market. If the number of coffee producers increases by 100%, how many coffee producers serve the market? So very similar to last time, except our growth rate here is a little bit smaller, and this is going to just simplify to 400. So 100% increase leads us to now 400 coffee producers in the market. Okay, moving on. Another problem here, the unemployment rate is 6%. A recession hits the economy and increases the unemployment rate by 40%. What is the unemployment rate? So the unemployment rate equals 1 plus the percentage change, the percentage change in the unemployment rate, times 6. So the percentage change in the unemployment rate is increasing by 40%, or 0.4. And so our unemployment rate now is 8.4%. The unemployment rate increased by 2.4 percentage points, so that's 8.4 minus 6, which represents a 40% increase. Robert buys $80 worth of lumber, which is subject to a 6% sales tax. How much should Robert pay for the lumber? So his after-tax spending will equal 1 plus the sales tax rate times the $80. Another example, Marcy bought a battery for $104.25, which includes an 8% sales tax. What is the price of the battery before the tax? So the after-tax price, we know is going to be $104.25. We know the sales tax rate is going to be, we're going to plug in here 0.08. We're trying to solve the price before tax. So plugging in what we know. Okay, so in parentheses, we're going to have 1.08. We know the after-tax price. What is the before-tax price? So just dividing through here by 1.08, 104.25 divided by 1.08 means the price before tax is $96.53. Mia buys a lawnmower that is priced at $400. She uses a 15% off coupon. How much did she pay for the lawnmower after the coupon discount? So the lawnmower price with the coupon, 1 minus the discount rate times 400. So we're going to subtract, for the discount rate, we got minus 0.15. So in parentheses, we got 0.85. 0.85 times 400. She would have paid $340 for the lawnmower. Real GDP hit a low during the recession, falling by 8% to $2 trillion. What was real GDP before the recession? So real GDP during the recession is going to equal 1 minus 0.08 real GDP before the recession. During the recession, real GDP is $2 trillion. It fell 8%, so 0.92 times real GDP before the recession, just dividing everything through by 0.92. So dividing everything through by 0.92, real GDP before the recession was $2.17 trillion. Let me talk briefly about percentage change. This percent change measures the percent increase or decrease in a variable. We could derive the percent change from the formula we've been using. Sort of the new value equals 1 plus a percentage change times the beginning value. So we just want to solve this equation for percentage change, dividing everything through by the beginning value, subtracting 1 from both sides. Recognizing that minus 1 can be thought of as minus beginning value divided by beginning value. And then collecting the fractions here on the right-hand side. Our percent change formula can simplify down to new value minus beginning value divided by the beginning value. So at a furniture clearance sale, a couch that normally sells for $1,200 now sells for $780. What is the percentage discount on the couch? So the new value minus beginning value divided by beginning value. So the new value is $780. That's what it'd be selling for now. It used to sell for $1,200. So we're going to divide that all by 1,200. And it looks like we got a 35% discount. 35% off. Investment spending increased from $112,000 to $126,000. What is the percentage increase? So the new value minus the beginning or old value divided by the beginning value. This is a 12.5% increase. And that's it. I hope you found this video helpful.